Oh, what's up, YouTube? My name's Rob, coming at you from inside my van named Vandelion. It's an '83 Volkswagen Vanagon, one of the first water-cooled models, and I love it so dearly. And this is the first video I have ever put on YouTube. Cheers. At least this is the first one I'm going to tell you about. But I'm intending to make a few of these videos as I do this van trip that I'm on. And I'm on a van trip I just started driving today. I started in Central Florida, where my brother has been living and my parents live. And I'm driving this van to Montana, where I have a house. And I love it there. That's my home. So I'm going home. And, it's going to bring a lot of interesting feelings up along the way. And I kind of want to air some of those out publicly. And I'm a shy person, so this little project is a way for me to just kind of push back against some of my shyness and get some of myself out into the world and share a little of this crazy sort of lifestyle that I've been living for, 6 months now. Very nomadic and just here, there, everywhere. And I should mention, all the while this has been going on, and same goes for this road trip I'm on now. I have a job. I do kind of computer programming work on the internet, more or less, and it's full-time. It's more or less 40 hours a week, and my intention is to keep working that job and keep them happy. I love my job. I'm not going to tell you who I work for, but it's a company that a lot of people like, and someone just pulled up at the boat ramp on that. That's interesting. I wonder if they're going to come talk to me or not. We'll see. So I'm at a boat ramp in Florida, and there goes a truck. And that's a little interesting. So it's a nice place. I'm on the Swanee River. It's beautiful. Amazing sunset that I kind of just caught the tail end of. I'm really looking to seeing what this place looks like in the morning. I got this boat ramp to myself. I hear the owls hooting and hollering outside. It's just absolutely beautiful. I just love Florida. Once you get off sort of the beaten path in Florida, it's just a beautiful freaking place. And I've had such a good time in Florida with my family. And last thing we did before I hit the road was jump in a nice natural Florida spring with the water coming right out of the ground, 78 degrees. It's like, 90 degrees out, 100% humidity. You can probably see me sweating on this video. I got the ventilation fan running, thank goodness, because it's absolutely blazing out there. So I want to talk about a couple guidelines for this trip. I have a couple rules I'm putting in place for myself about how I want to go about this trip. Two of them to be specific. Rule number one: I'm not going to take the interstates. I'm only going to use highways. I'm a pragmatic person, so these are guidelines. They're not rules. Yeah, if I can skip 50 miles of highway by taking 10 miles of interstate, I'm probably going to make that choice and go ahead and do that. But the reasons why I want to take the highways instead of the interstates, number one, this van doesn't really like to go on the interstates. It's just not fun to drive it on the interstates. It's a slow vehicle. It can go interstate speed. It just doesn't feel very good. Doesn't feel very stable. It gets blown around by the trucks. It's competing with all kinds of traffic, all kinds of people just, I'm passing. I want to go. I want to go fast. I want to be there. And you know what? Not how I want to do this trip. There are times I want to get someplace as fast as I can, and this is not one of those times. I'm taking my time. I'm living my life. This is my life. This is what I'm doing. I'm on the road. I don't want to be jockeying for position on the interstate. So I'm taking the back roads, and they're beautiful. That's the other part. They're just gorgeous. Just seeing a sunset over a field with a flock of migrating geese, or all the interesting parts of this country to me are not things you can see from the interstate. The interstates are part of the cities. They're how you get from city to city, and I'm not a city person really. I lived in New York for 8 years, and if I learned anything from living in New York for 8 years, it's that I don't want to live in cities. And it was good. I wouldn't necessarily trade that time for anything, but I'm done with it. So that's guideline number 1. Stay off the interstates. You can watch my later vlogs. We'll see how that goes. Guideline number 2 is I am not going to pay to camp anywhere. And this one I feel a little more strongly about, and this is one I'm going to have a harder time breaking if it comes to that. So places I want to camp are places like I'm at now, which is like this boat ramp picnic area. It's just free. It's there. People can be here. There's probably a sign somewhere that says, oh, daytime use only. So I'm willing to kind of bend the rules a little bit to make this happen. I'm not going to violate like a no trespassing sign or something like that. I'm not just going to outright break rules or laws or whatever in order to fulfill this goal. Just imagine putting yourself, your 2 feet on any random piece of land on this earth, and chances are someone wants you to pay money to be standing there. Whether it's some piece of private property that you're not supposed to be on, whether it's a coffee shop, they want you to buy a coffee to just be in their coffee shop. God forbid you're just a person who has to use the bathroom. Not that people ever have to do that. Like, oh, you want to do something that all humans have to do? Well, that costs money. And this is not because I don't have money. I do. And it's not because I don't believe in private property. I do. I own a house. I like my house. I like being in my house. This is me reminding myself that we're all humans who did not choose to be here. We're just here. And we're expected to pay money for the privilege of this being here that we didn't choose. Now, let me qualify. I love life. I want to be alive. I want to keep living this life. I'm having so much fun the past few months living in this van. And that's why part of the reason I'm making this vlog is I just want to share some of this with the world and just say, hey, here's something that's possible. Here's something that's going on in my life that's transformed my life in a way that I had no sort of expectation would happen. But yeah, like everywhere we go, people want money. Oh, you want to spend the night here? Well, that costs money. You're camping here. That costs money. And that money comes with certain things like, oh, you get all this safety. Well, guess what? I'm willing to take responsibility for my own safety. I'm willing to make decisions to keep myself safe. I got safety protection devices with me. Don't mess with me. So, I'm a peaceful person, I swear. Just imagine this. Imagine here you are in the before life. Before you're born, you're sitting up on a nice, comfy, fluffy cloud with a bunch of other unborn baby buddies, kicking back, shooting the breeze. And up flies the stork, and the stork's like, all right, I'm sending a couple of you down there. But here's the arrangement. Put your hand up if you agree to this. You're going down there, and yeah, you get the first, 15 years of your life to kind of do whatever you want, be a kid, listen to your parents. But after that, you got to work. And you're going to get a job. You're going to get bills. You're going to buy stuff. You're going to work for someone who you may or may not really like or appreciate. You're going to wear clothes to that job that you may not really want to wear. Would you agree to that deal? Because I know I'd be like, what? shove that deal where the sun don't shine, man. I'm gonna kick it right here on this cloud with my baby buddies, and I don't really think that's right. And I say all this is totally absurd, but our world's going in weird directions. And yeah, back in the day, my ancestors, my relatives, had to carve a safe situation out of an unsafe one, and they did it. And I'm so grateful. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy for all the privilege of being here and being safe and everything else that I haven't going for me in my life. Thank you, relatives. Thank you, ancestors. That said, our world and our culture is going in some strange directions. Like, we don't really seem to want to share with each other all that much. We seem to have this expectation of like, oh, I worked so hard for what I got, now you got to go do the same, instead of I can share what I got with you. And I get some of those reasons. I'm not just inviting random people into my house to just be there. But there's something here, right? And there's other options. There's our national forest, our shared land, where we can just go be. We can just go be people. And so I'm going to go be one of those people on that land. And so I'm not paying to park. I'm going to pay for my gas and my food and my other whatevers I need. I'm not even sure what, but beer. I need beer. It's so hot here. All right, that's the two guidelines for this trip. And check back later. I'll have some more interesting thoughts for you. I think a lot of weird thoughts as I'm driving around, and it's my intention to share those with you in this sort of vlog format. Take care.